Hello students, this is me Ghulam Mustafa. Today we will discuss about the vector space on R. Before going to deep of the vector space, let's some look on the historical background of the vector space. Who gave the space? In 1844, a mathematician Grassmann gave the introduction of vector space, and another mathematician was known as Giuseppe Peano gave the definition of vector space and linear maps. Now let's understand what is vector space. A vector space V is said to be the vector space if it is closed under vector addition and scalar multiplication. The example of the vector space is that just like the set of all integer, it is not a vector space because of that it is not closed under scalar multiplication. And another example, the set of second degree polynomial is not a vector space. Just like we have a two polynomial, one is a minus x, another one is a 2x plus 1. The result x plus 1 does not belongs to the vector space V, or it is not a closed under scalar multiplication, therefore it is not a vector space. The set of all second degree polynomial means not vector space. So let's go into more deep of the vector space. Vector space is an arbitrary non-empty set of objects on which two operations are defined. Addition and multiplication, we can say is that this is a scalar multiplication, and on which define these following axioms: vector addition, commutative property, distributive property, identity, zero addition of the zero vectors, inverse, and scalar multiplication of the vectors. If these 10 axioms satisfied for any space, then that space is known as a vector space. The example of the vector space is that just like we have two vectors x1 and x2, x1 and y1, x2 and y2 are defined as x1 plus x2 plus 1 and y1 plus y2 plus 1, and in which defined in a scalar k x comma y is a vector space. Let's prove this is a vector space or not. Let u is equal to x1 y1 and v is equal to x2 y2 and w is equal to x3 y3. We have taken w, because of that here we have to apply the distributive and associative property, so we have need of this third vector. When we add these two vectors and we apply the commutative property, then it is satisfied, and associative property is satisfied, and also inverse of the vector spaces exist, and the scalar multiplication, but the scalar multiplication for the commutative is commutative exist, but the scalar multiplication for the distributive is not exist or not satisfied, therefore this is not a vector space. Another term we use in the vector space is subspace. You can say is that this is a subset of the vector space. The definition of the subspace is that if W is a non-empty subset of a vector space V, then W is a subspace of V if and only if the following two conditions satisfied. One is that if U and V are in W, it means that U and V are the subset of the W, and W is a subset of the V, capital V, or vector space. If we take their sum, then sum should be the subspace or subset of the vector space. Then we can say is that W is a subspace or subset of the vector space V. Similarly, for the second condition, if we apply the scalar multiplier or any scalar we multiply with vectors, then its result should be lies in the vector space or W, and W is also subspace of the vector space. The example is 2 by 2 matrix. When we take the sum of these 2 by 2 matrix A and B, then their result does not belongs to the W, therefore it is not a subspace. We have some assumption. Every vector space V has at least two subspace. One is that 0 and itself is a vector space. For the subspace R2, for xy plane, 0 is a subspace space, and the line through the origin is also subspace of the R2, and R2 itself is subspace of R2. Similarly for the R3. Some sets are not a vector, just like we have two vectors u and v. U is 2 4 and v is minus 3 4 3 5, having a scalar 7. When we add these two ones, then the addition or commutative property satisfied, but the scalar is not satisfied on this space or on the vectors u and v. Therefore it is not a vector space. We have need to generate the vectors space. Whole space we have to generate. This whole phenomena is known as a span of the vector space. What is a span of the vector space? Where span is a subspace of the V, and span contains all the vectors that generates the whole space V. A span of S is also vector space, and it generates the whole vector, and the vectors that contain in the S is subset of the vector space. How the linear combination, what is linear combination, and how we can take the linear combination of the vectors. A vector V in a vector space V is called the linear combination of the vectors u1, u2, u3 up to uk, and multiplying it some constant, some scalars, and taking their sum is known as the linear combination. How we can check is that the linear combination of the vector space, just like we have v1 and v2 and v3 are the vectors, we have to prove either whether w is linear combination of the vectors v1, v2, v3 or not. We have applied the linear combination. Definition of the linear combination is taking the sum and applying and the multiplying each vectors with different scalars. We have three equation system of equation. By using Gauss elimination method, we get the solution as C1 1 plus t and C2 minus 1 minus 2t and C3 is t. This is a general solution. You can put here any value in place of t, then you will get the different value as you put the value of the t. So this is a general solution, and infinite solution you can find from here. So this is another example, and apply the linear combination and find out the value of the k, and you can prove that this is the linear combination of the vector space or not. Some vectors are linear dependence and some vectors are linear independence. When you will take the linear combination of the vectors by multiplying each vectors with different scalars and you get 0, then that vector is known as a linear dependence. If its sum is not equal to 0, then that vectors are known as a linearly independent. Another way to prove or to find either the vector is linear dependent or independent, we will take the determinant. If determinant is equal to 0, then the vectors are linearly dependent. If determinant is not equal to 0, then vectors are linearly independent. We have discussed the span of the vectors, and now what is basis? The definition of the basis is that vector should be a vector should be in a vector contains the vectors. These are the subset of the vector space, and these vectors should be span the vectors, and those vectors should be the linearly independent. Then vectors can be basis, otherwise vectors can't be basis. Just like the null set is a basis for the 0 vectors, and some standard basis for the R3 are I, J and K. And another way to define the basis, a set of vectors in vector space V is called the basis if the vectors are linearly independent and every vector in the vector space is linear combination of this set. It means that vector should span or generate whole the space, and it can be represented as the linear combination of the vectors. Then that then we can say is that these vectors are the bases of the vector space. The condition for the vector space is that let B denotes a subset of the vector space V, then B is a basis if and only if B is minimal generating set of V. It means that minimum, the elements that contain in B generate the space, and maximal set of linearly independent. All the sets should be the linearly independent that contain in B, where B is a subset or subspace of the vector space V. These are an example of the vector space, and we have an example of the vector space 1t, t square, t cube. We have to show that either this is a vector space or not. We have to apply the linear combination, basis or not, or we have to apply the linear combination. If the linear combination is 0, it means that this vector is linearly independent and it can span the whole vector space. Therefore, this vector is a basis for the vector space. Thank you.